Welcome back to Pig and Beef. Today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making some homemade bacon. We're going to be using a Stephen Reichlin Project Smoke recipe. So what we've got to start off with here, we've got a 4-pound pork belly. I've got it on a gallon Ziploc bag. It's going to be a little bit of a tight squeeze, but I think we can make it work. I've also got an aluminum foil pan that I'm going to keep this in. And here's our dry cure right here. Basically what this is it's a third cup of brown sugar, a third cup of kosher salt, 3 tablespoons of coarse black pepper, and then 2 teaspoons of pink curing salt. The pink curing salt is really what's going to help cure this with, it's what gives bacon the pinkish color. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this cure in the bag with the pork belly, and we're going to stick it in the fridge for about 6 days. Turning it over about once a day. What's going to happen is it's going to start pulling the moisture out of the pork belly, and it's going to cure it. And the bag will start filling with moisture, so it's liquid. That's totally normal. That's basically think of it as a brine for the pork belly. And then after 6 days, we're going to rinse it off really good. We're going to soak it in some water to make sure that we get rid of all the excess salt. Then we'll smoke it, and we'll be able to slice it up, and it'll be like just regular bacon. In fact, it's a lot better than anything that you can buy out from the grocery store. So we'll go ahead and we'll get this cure in here. We've got this in the bag now. Make sure you spread the cure around evenly so it gets all over the pork belly. Seal the bag really well. Make sure there's no air bubbles in it. And then all you need to do is, at this point, is stick it in the fridge.
It's been 6 days. I've removed the pork belly from the brine. I've rinsed it off. One thing I would also recommend doing, if you've never done this before, is soaking the pork belly in water. It has a tendency to get really salty sitting in the brine for that long, so that will help kind of reduce the saltiness. One thing you can do is slice off a little piece of it and fry it up before you smoke it, just to taste it, see if it tastes okay. If it's too salty, you can soak it even longer. The next thing I'm going to do is leave it in the fridge uncovered overnight. What that's going to do is it's going to help it develop kind of a sticky, tacky feel to it. It's called a pellicle. The reason you do this is it helps the smoke stick to the pork belly better when you're smoking it. So I'm going to leave it in the fridge overnight, and tomorrow morning we're going to put it on the smoker and get it going.
Okay, it's the next morning. I've let it sit in the fridge uncovered overnight. It does have a nice sticky feel to it, so that's good. I'm going to smoke this on my Traeger tailgater today. Just got it set on the smoke setting. I'm going to put a probe in it. Imagine it'll take roughly 3 hours or so, bringing the internal temperature of the pork belly up to about 155 degrees. And then I'm going to let it cool down before I put it in the refrigerator again.
All right, we've reached temperature. It's taken about 2.5 hours total. I'm going to pull this off now and let it cool down before I put it in the fridge. You don't have to do that. You can actually just let it rest and slice it up if you want right now. The reason I'm going to do it is I'm going to slice it up on a meat slicer, so it helps for it to be cold in order to do that. So I'm gonna let it chill in the fridge for a few hours after it cools down, just to make it easier for slicing. So. And then after that, I mean, you can really do whatever you want with it. It's bacon. You can slice it up and fry it up, and you just eat it as is. Whatever you want to do, that's the wonder of it. But this was really one of my favorite things to do.